In my opinion, people are so weird. Weird meaning nothing bad or good, but purely weird. Just so strange when you begin to look at them. They can make you angry and loved at the same time. You can find them aggravating, and in the same day, you can be happier to see one of them. Ever since I was a teenager, around 12 or 13 years old, certain things began to clear up about people. And as cliche as it sounds, it only began to raise more questions. I was and still am a person that enjoys time away from people. Downtime, as I like to call it. I can't be constantly surrounded by people. It makes me tired. I feel like I have to continuously entertain them, chat with them, be social as it's called. And it's quite draining. So therefore, I always had more than enough time to myself. Mainly just to think. About nothing in particular. Just about people and life, I guess. And how we all interact. I always have been good at maths. Just had a way with it. Because lots of high school maths at a fundamental level is just patterns, which encompasses everything. Equations, formulas, whatever it is. Essentially, it's just learning how to spot the patterns. Similarly, patterns begin to occur in people. Now, it must be understood that all of this is a perspective. It's my view, how I saw it. Because if I spot a pattern, doesn't mean that we're built on patterns, or that I consider my view to be the view. My eyes observed, and what I call patterns started to be seen, and I continued to see them, more and more. They eventually started to combine to form more general patterns. The reason I say general is because just like an equation or an algorithm, which help us summarize the possibilities of a certain occurrence, for example, the area of a circle is pi times radius squared. That way you've defined the area of every circle you can imagine, hence you've generalized the circle. Similarly, I began doing it with people. It became very interesting, and it was just happening by itself. I didn't have to look hard or force myself in any way. It just unraveled in front of my eyes. And it's still doing it to this day, almost completely non-stop. It's a similar feeling to when you're trying to solve something, or understand something. The thought just swirls back and forth inside your head. But eventually it all generalizes, and it's a very pleasant feeling, a type of relief, true understanding. But it doesn't feel like I've learned something. It's not like reading a book and memorizing a fact. It feels more like I remembered something, like I've just been searching for it, this lost thought, and finally found it. One thing I want to make sure is that I don't make it sound like some type of power or something ridiculous like that. It's just when you pay attention to things, they appear in a different light. We all have our attention, and where we choose to allocate it is up to us. The reason I want to start this channel is to give my opinion on matters of any topic, whether that is jobs, sex, girlfriends, boyfriends, money, anything, because I'm lucky to have people in my life to whom I can talk and discuss any matter, just from a philosophical point of view, and it helped me a lot. I don't mean help was a solution for a situation. Instead, they made me question myself, and that is true help, true wisdom. No one's answers will ever be any use to anybody else besides themselves. But I know that a lot of people don't have people like that in their life, and it's so stressful when you have questions and no one to ask, no one to talk to. I'm hoping I can do that for anybody that needs it through my videos. Not because I have answers. I do and I don't, and it doesn't make a difference. Because by discussing with you and questioning you, that way you will discover so much more about yourself.